In this modern day and age, it's very understandable why people eat unhealthy when it comes to the convenience and ease of access of, fast food chains, when it comes to delivery apps, basically just sending the food instantly to your door, by a click buy button. You just click and the food comes within an half an hour or so. And all that frictionlessness and ease of access makes us not think about what we are actively eating. And when you're actively thinking about what you're eating, they can give you basically whatever as long as it tastes good. And obviously that can have a lot of consequences because companies, they don't necessarily have you in their best interests. They're just trying to make money, and that's why a lot of bullshit can come into your body basically. So what I encourage you to do is think more actively of what you're eating, and that's why I'm making this video. I'm giving you active steps of how to improve your diet. And the first step I will give to you is start replacing unhealthy foods with healthier alternatives. And it doesn't need to be instant. It can be gradual because that is more realistic when it comes to people with change. People have it very hard when it comes to change. They're scared. It can be very hard. And that's why having something gradual can make it easier to transition the process of eating unhealthy to healthier. And a practical step you can take this week is, for instance, if you eat very often fast food, 3 times a week, let's say, instead of eating 3 times a week, eat 2 times a week. And that should be a gradual process in the end where you get a really good result. And a general rule of thumb when it comes to what is healthy is the less processed, the healthier. So for instance, eating like whole foods, eating like salmon, chicken, rice, stuff like that is more healthier. The second step I would say is make a high protein diet. And that's because if you want to have a healthy body that runs well, you should probably train. And if you train, you should probably have a good amount of protein to be able to build that muscle that you may want to gain or whatever. And what I usually do in my high protein diets is I decrease unhealthy carbs. And the unhealthy carbs I'm talking about are carbs that are high in the glycemic index. And what that basically means is there's like a high energy curve to it. So it spikes of energy and then it crashes quickly down. It's like you get a high blood sugar basically. So I would try to minimize on those type of carbs, eat more fiber, stuff like that, consume a good amount of fat. People have a misconception of how fat works, and they're scared if they eat fat, they're going to get fat. But that's not how fat works. Fat is just to our body, it's just a form of energy basically. And it's the same thing with carbs. Carbs is a form of energy, and when you overconsume in carbs, it breaks down to glucose, and then it converts to some sort of fat in your body. So in your body, in the end, it's basically the same. So you shouldn't have that scarcity of mind of, oh, it's totally different. And in fact, fat can have benefits in other places when it comes to the glycemic index is pretty low in that. And also obviously consume your vegetables, your fruits to get all the minerals and vitamins that you need for the day. The third step is be able to distinguish between being hungry and having an appetite, because I feel like the reason why people overeat is because they're feeling constantly they want to eat something, and there might be a lot of reasons for you feeling that way. Food might be a coping mechanism for you. When you feel like shit, you start just eating. Or it might be you've consumed a lot of food for a long time and that has made you just used to eating a lot. And that's why it's so important to be able to distinguish between when you're hungry and just having an appetite. So indicators of when you're hungry is, first you can do is like drink water. I don't have a lot of water here, but drink water. And if you still feel hungry, then you might actually be hungry. And then secondarily, are you actually hungry for like a protein? Because that's usually the main indicator if you're hungry or not. Is if you don't want to eat a protein, you're probably not hungry. You just want to eat something. So yeah. And also a thing to note is when you eat foods that are high in the glycemic index, they have a effect on your insulin. And insulin is basically the hormone that give all the different types of resources to different parts of your body. So when it comes to amino acids, when it comes to fats, and when it comes to, I forgot the third one I might show here, but yeah, they're like 3 different things. And when you consume very often foods with high glycemic index, your insulin resistance increases, and that through that process, it can make you even more hungry more often. And that's why people who eat like very often snacks, foods, unhealthy snacks, it makes you even more hungry because you're feeling, after you're eating like for instance, something sugary cookie, you want to eat more through that process of insulin. The fourth is food doesn't need to be complicated. So for instance, people always think, oh, to eat healthy, I need to make it super overcomplicated. I need to do this. Not at all. You can eat the same shit basically every day as long as it has all the main components of, what you need for your body. So as long as you get in your carbs, your fats, your minerals, your vitamins and protein, you should be good, and you shouldn't overcomplicate it. For me, like when I eat like rice, salmon, with some cheese, eggs, and then like a bit of salad on the side. It's basic, easy, it's basic, simple, and it's not too complicated. And yeah, I would encourage you to do the same thing. Don't overcomplicate it, just make something easy and simple. And it's also easier to make if you like to cook. When it comes to people eating snacks, they have a very bad approach and very unhealthy habit with it. They eat like very unhealthy snacks, and they eat very often. And for instance, if you eat like 3 times a day, like a main meal, and then you eat like a lot of snacks, it can be very easy to overconsume food. And that's why it's very important to have a good approach where you eat a snack that can give you the energy that you might need to continue on, and also give you the vitamins and minerals that you might need. So a good snack I will give is like, for instance, when you want to go to the gym, I like to eat a quick carb that can give me energy to perform exercise more explosively. I eat like some quick carb, any quick carb that just give me energy to train. And yeah, and then when I'm feeling a little peckish, I consume like popcorn, I consume like fruits and stuff like that. And it should keep your hunger down and also get all the nutrients that you need. And in conclusion, I would say is that be more cognizant about what you're eating and take a bigger role in your health, your diet and all those things, because to be able to perform at your best in whatever endeavor that you have, you need to take care of your body. If you don't take care of it, you ain't be able to perform at your best. Your mind's gonna be foggy, you're gonna be slow, and you ain't be able to do all the things you may want to do. And also it's a longevity thing of, you might live as long as you wanted to if you eat unhealthy. And those are main things I would say. Hopefully you had a great day, and bye.